Halton Hills.
Mr. Speaker, Russia is committing war crimes. Reports from Bucha of civilians shot with hands tied behind their backs and of others dumped in makeshift pits have shocked the world. In response, allies have expelled some 400 Russian diplomats, and President Zelensky has pleaded with the Prime Minister for Harpoon systems so Ukraine can defend itself against these future types of massacres. Why hasn't the government expelled Russian diplomats? And why hasn't it provided the Harpoon systems? And why is Canada offside with some of its closest allies?
The Honourable Minister of National Defence.
Mr. Speaker, I thank the honourable member for his question, and the reality is that we are leaving no stone unturned in our aid to Ukraine. I have announced 6 tranches of military aid totaling over $110 million. That aid has included hand grenades, rocket launchers, ammunition, sniper rifles, Carl Gustav weapon systems, and fragmentation vests, among other things. We will continue to explore every opportunity to deliver aid to Ukraine. I spoke with my counterpart, Minister Reznikov, this morning for the second time this week to ensure that we are collaborating with our allies and with Ukraine to deliver as much aid as possible, as soon as possible. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Wellington Halton Hills.
Mr. Speaker, there are reports that some 300 civilian men were massacred last week in Mali by Malian and Russian forces. Only a few short years ago, for a brief moment in time, this government sent hundreds of Canadian troops to Mali and hundreds of dollars in aid, and then it lost interest. Does the government have any plans to stop future atrocities in Mali, seeing that it was once this government's foreign policy priority?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the honourable member for that question, because Canada, this government, is extremely concerned about human rights atrocities taking place in Mali. That's why we have been meeting with our like-minded and allies about this issue from day one. That's why we have also raised concerns about Wagner mercenaries who are working with probably the understanding of Russia, and that is why we will continue to stand with the people of Mali as we make sure that Mali is isolated further in the world. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.